What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark, MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I'm going to talk about Die Alone. So click like and subscribe so that we can die together. Because that's part of, that's what you get as a subscriber of my channel is the knowledge that I'm not going to die with you. But maybe, you can use it as hope. Hold out against all hope. Anyway, this is on Tubi. It's got Carrie and Moss and Frank Grillo in it. It's new on Tubi. It's a hot new title on Tubi. It just dropped like it was hot. It just dropped without audio description though. And Tubi does use audio description, so it's not like me just beating some pathetic child or something that's like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, no, you have audio description. You know what you're doing. You can make audio description. You have audio description on a lot of like B titles. You can put something on there with Carrie Ann Moss and Frank Grillo in it. There's a male lead, but honestly, I don't care. No one will. It's a zombie movie. Lack of audio description definitely factors in. So we know where this grade's headed, but there's a guy that sort of wakes up at the beginning of the movie and he doesn't know who he is or where he is. He's also kind of boring. It could be anybody. This could have been literally anybody. And he ends up showing up and meeting Carrie Ann Moss, who's like trying to survive. And he kind of starts getting his memory back. There are these zombie attacks. Later, you find out, you don't know it's a zombie movie, I guess, initially. Could have been anything. Could have been some sort of like post-apocalyptic movie in the first few minutes of the movie because he's just sort of like alone. He assists with some generators and all that kind of stuff. And then we learn sort of about the zombie apocalypse, and there are other people come in and out of the film. He starts to remember things, like something happened to him, so he doesn't remember. And he remembers that he had a girlfriend, that he said he was going to be in a cabin. And so that, like, that's his journey. That's his hero's journey in this whole thing. And that's kind of the movie. Eventually you'll see him get there. There's a twist here. Die Alone is actually a little bit more interesting than I gave it any credit for. I was like, oh, it's going to Tubi. I mean, it's not the most, I can't follow this film as much, but the last film I watched on Tubi was The Thicket. And then before that, it was Coup de Chant, which is in French. So of the last three things I've seen on Tubi without audio description, I followed this the most. And I thought the twist was actually pretty cool. So of the three films, this would be the one that I would want to see with audio description the most, so I could recommend it, because this one has the best chance of being recommended by me. Unfortunately, it doesn't have audio description. Also, I fully acknowledge, for sighted people, the visual effects could be shoddy. Like, this could all look like CG. I have no idea. But plot-wise, and the twist at the end I thought was different, which is hard to find in a zombie movie. It's hard to find a little bit of a twist where you're like, huh. Even a little bit. Where you're like, huh. I didn't see that. That was interesting. Thank you. I mean, I'm not 100% sure that it works, but I'm intrigued. So, because of that, I would be intrigued to watch it with audio description so I can understand like the totality of the film, which is one of the reasons why I say I'd like to have it with audio description so that I could actually say, yes, but unfortunately, being blind is like having the world gate kept from you, and people get to decide what you do and do not have access to. It's fun. That's why I'm here. Let's see if I can get on the tomato meter, guys. Gonna try that this year. It's important. It's a voice. I can't imagine myself being on the tomato meter looking like this, but you know what? We gotta get audio description. I don't know how else we're gonna get it, but I gotta fucking try, man. So, yeah, Tubi could be putting audio description on this stuff. Stand by your originals, especially when they had people in them that might cause people to click on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, film with cast full of people who nobody knows. Maybe that's an ambiguous choice, right? And you have to wait for word of mouth. Film debuting with Trinity from The Matrix. Maybe we'll try it. You know, she was just in The Acolyte. So it's not like people don't know who she is in this generation. I think people in this generation have seen The Matrix also, but um, yeah, slap some AD on this and move along. But yeah, Die Alone. It was a pretty breezy zombie watch. It's not terribly scary. I think they've given up on some zombie movies being terribly scary, and some of them are just like, like The Walking Dead kind of changed the game where it has like moments, but most of it is just like the drama of surviving a zombie apocalypse. They're like, oh, there's so much, there's a richness here. To be fair, there was like Romero did it in Dawn of the Dead. There was a lot of drama in that. That wasn't just like nonstop scare horror. There was a lot of human storytelling that even George Romero was doing. So, but yeah, this is I want to recommend this, but I can't because it doesn't have audio description. So I'm gonna say as a floating grade, I'll go with a B minus just to be safe, and it could easily go higher if I had audio description. My official grade is unwatchable due to lack of audio description. The floating grade means it could be B minus, B, C plus, somewhere around in there. I think I would recommend this. I do. It's on the lower end too because man, the male lead is boring. Oh my god. And you can tell because every time he's in a scene with Carrie Ann Moss, she's just like walking around him. And then later on, Frank Grillo shows up, and like Frank's come a long way in terms of acting. He used to just sort of be like a random action character actor. He's doing great work now. Like he's coming along in terms of finding different ways to expand his resume as well, and I really liked him in this. So there are things I liked about it, but man, the male lead is just, I don't even bother looking him up. It's like the guy in Sweethearts. I did a full review and I was like, I don't know who this guy is. I don't care. I don't want to know who he is. Kiernan Shipka is running circles around him. And I felt like that here too. I'm like, there's just a guy. And then there's Carrie Ann Moss. Like, it's almost unfair. Not that you can't have breakthrough performers, but this is not a breakthrough performer. So anyway, that's my thought on Die Alone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Let's get some more audio description, and I'll see you guys on the other side.